they didn't do you a favor. They just waited for the market to recover so they could still get their same tax amount on it instead of having to take a lower amount from taxes because people had less money. They did not do anybody a favor.
What was it Ronald Reagan said? The 9 worst words to hear. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. And what do we know about most government plans? The interesting thing about government plans, they usually have a three letter or 3 number acronym: 401k, 457, 403b, 529, IRA. They all have different acronyms there. Stuff I love. Well, life insurance doesn't have an acronym. I just want to count CVLI.
401k, 457, those are all just line items in the tax code.
Mm-hmm. And the line item for IRAs is Internal Revenue Code 408. So you wonder, what's a 401 plan? Well, that's a 401k or 401h if you want to have some really fun with that. But you want to talk about a 408 plan? That's an IRA. And there's a 409, a 412, a 419, and different ones have different advantages. The question is, does it make sense? And has all of those terms been fully disclosed so we know how our wealth building decisions are being formed? And by the way, our mainstream financial entertainers, they don't know this stuff. They just don't. At least they come out saying that, beware of tax deferral as much. They start talking about Roth accounts. But remember, with Roth accounts are tax deferred for tax-free withdrawals, much like municipal bonds were through the early 1980s when they changed the tax code on Social Security. And they created this thing called the provisional income formula, income calculation, where they included the tax-exempt interest, tax-free interest for these municipal bonds. They're going to add it back into tax your Social Security. Well, I think that, and it hasn't happened yet, I think Roth IRAs, Roth 401ks will eventually have that happen. Unless, this is not a political commercial, but Trump says he could abolish the IRS and eliminate the tax code, and all power to him if he can do it responsibly. I think he overpromised. I don't think a lot of that's going to happen. And even if it did, unless a constitutional amendment goes in place to prevent it from reforming or respending to the previous levels, we're going to be back to where we were, maybe even worse off.